Hello and welcome to another episode of A Horrible History. Today's episode, the Vikings. Ready, set, go!
800C, Vikings, also known as Norsemen, began in Scandinavia, which is now known as Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland. Some historical records show traces of Vikings even in Finnish, Estonian, and Samic as well. These early Vikings went on expeditions outside their homeland to raid monasteries, and possibly even to find land for their overpopulation problem. The Vikings didn't just raid areas around the coast, but also raided inland too. Inland, they made settlements, colonies, and even made a living. One city in particular, Dublin, was one of their first settlement places in 837 CE.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be raiding this monastery here. We're going to see what they got. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright. Alright, so let's see what they got downstairs going on. Alright, ooh, they got this goose right here. Let's take this goose. Alright. Oh, they got a hat. They got a hat. Let's keep this hat. Keep it going. Let's see what they got upstairs. Alright. So, we Vikings, we really like raiding these monasteries, but you know what we like even more? Parties. Yeah, that's what we like. Alright. So let's see what they got. Oh, they got some fine robes and silks. Oh, yes. Let's put that in our bag here. Alright. Let's see what else they got going on. Over here, they got a shield. Ooh, we need some of those. Always need some of those in our raiding parties. Ooh, what else they got going on? Ooh, look, another fine hat. Fine silks and robes all around. Put that in there. Save that for later, you know what I'm saying. Alright. Ooh, what else they got? What is this? Literature? What does it say? What does it say? Well, guess we gotta find some monks. We gotta find some monks to tell us what these things say. Alright, peace out everybody. On the next episode of Viking Vlog, find a monk to tell us how to read.
Vikings mostly gained attention due to their technique of smash and grab raids against coastal regions in the British Isles, but they didn't stop there, because in 865 CE, their invasions became a lot more calculated with the creation of the Great Heathen Army, otherwise known as the Great Danish Army. This army consisted of soldiers from Norway, Denmark, and possibly even Sweden, and was a massive deal for the Vikings, as they were just unorganized clans before this. The army soon landed on the coast of East Anglia during the same year of their establishment, picking up horses and capturing Northumbria and York.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh! Hey! Get out of here!
866 CE, York had been a clear target for the Vikings, as it was a prosperous city for trade and jobs. Leading this attack was Ivar the and Halfdan, who proved to be excellent tacticians as they launched their assault on York on a most cherished holiday for York leaders, All Saints' Day. This holiday left the town vulnerable to attacks and left them unprepared for battle, leaving the Vikings with a victory. Soon after York was conquered, it was renamed to Jorvik, and it became the capital of the uprising Viking territory. Jorvik proved to be an important economic center of trade with its Norse coinage and its variety of workshops that created textiles, metalworks, carvings, glassworks, and even jewelry. Jorvik was even suggested to have international trade when materials from the Arabian Gulf were discovered throughout the city.
Alright guys, so over there we got classic Anglo-Saxon, alright? So what we're gonna do today, on the Viking vlogs, we're gonna raid that guy over there. We're gonna take his goose that he's got over there that he's petting. Alright. And we're gonna kill him and we're gonna raid this stuff. Alright. Dead! Die! Look at him, he's dead! Yeah!
870 CE, the Great Danish Army attempted to launch an invasion 3 times against Wessex, an Anglo-Saxon kingdom ruled under Alfred the Great. Alfred created a peace treaty between the Vikings and the Anglo-Saxons. He accomplished peace with the Vikings by pronouncing that Guthrum, the Viking leader, as king of East Anglia, but in return, Guthrum had to be baptized. This treaty was known as Danah Law, and while this created a political boundary between the Anglo-Saxon people and the Vikings, it created laws that let them coexist peacefully, allowing for more trade and less death.
1000 CE, the Vikings didn't just raid and start battles though, because some Vikings were explorers. One particular explorer, Leif Erikson, was one of the first European people to land on North America soil. And the Vikings' travels didn't just stop there, as Iceland, Paris, Italy, and even the Iberian Peninsula were discovered to be visited by the Vikings. Leif Erikson's findings of North America is still seen as a mystery today, as there are 2 differing accounts of how he actually discovered it. The first account being the saga of Eric the Red, where Erikson crossed the Atlantic by accident after sailing off course from his original voyage back to Norway. The second account being Saga of the Greenlanders, where Erikson had heard of a mysterious land to the west from Icelandic trader by Jörni Hijers.
Bjarni Herjolfsson.
Yeah, that. An explorer a decade earlier who discovered North America but never set foot on it. Erikson bought the trader's ship and retraced the route in reverse. In any case, Erikson was one of the first Europeans to discover North America, almost 300 years before Columbus. Sorry, Columbus.
Hey there, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Viking Vlog. Today we're gonna tell you about the typical Viking diet. All right, so typically we like to eat our meats and our potatoes, and we like to take all that and put it into a stew. Doesn't that look good? Delicious. Get some victuals, you know what I'm saying? And we like to drink our mead. As you may well know, we like our beer, we like our mead, and we like our wine sometimes. And we always like to feast, alright? So we're just gonna start up on this meal right here. Okay, hold on. I gotta open that. Oof. Look at that. Nice sizzle. Oh! Good meat. Good meat. Alright. So, right here we got our potatoes. We got that, goose that we stole from that, Anglo-Saxon guy. Alright. 10 out of 10 food review. Would eat again. Alright. Bye guys. Peace out. Have fun. 1013 CE. The Vikings started to conquer even more land, with Danish king Svein Forkbeard obtaining the entirety of Denmark. Unfortunately for him, only 5 weeks after he was pronounced king, he died, and it took another 2 years before the country returned to Viking rule under Svein's son, Canute. Canute ruled for 19 years, ultimately bringing peace and stability back to the kingdom while also unifying both his Anglo-Saxon and Danish subjects.
1066 CE. The Vikings' rule was soon coming to a close though, because the king of the House of Wessex, Edward the Confessor, was dying. His death eventually led to a power struggle for the crown between Harold Hardrada and Harold Godwinson. Hardrada, being the fearsome Viking he is, sailed to England with 300 ships and over 11,000 warriors to take down this vulnerable king. Ultimately, this led to their downfall because they were taken by surprise at Stamford Bridge by Anglo-Saxon troops, killing a lot of their population. This defeat is seen as the last of the Vikings and their influences in Britain, ending their raiding and bloodshed with a brutal...
Alright, so today on Viking Vlogs, we're gonna have our monk slave. We're gonna have him teach us how to read. Alright, we're gonna have him teach us how to read all the books that they got from that monastery we raided. Alright. Alright. Hey, monk slave! The words, parson, what do they mean?
Though their history is clear from their beginning to their end, common misinterpretations often appear in today's society, and this changes our views of the Vikings in a negative way. One of the largest misconceptions of Vikings is the style of their helmet. Though this doesn't affect them negatively, Vikings are often depicted as having horns on their helmets, either in movies, cartoons, or even costumes. But this is just plain wrong. Historians believe that the common folk of Europe portrayed them this way to make them look more devilish and evil, and very clearly this worked.
Another common misconception of the Vikings is that they were often portrayed as dirty. However, they were anything but. Actually, they had more of a reputation for cleanliness than anything. They even had a day just for cleaning themselves, Saturday, otherwise known to them as washing day. The last, and perhaps most incriminating misunderstanding, is that Vikings were barbaric. Though they were very violent and are seen poorly in today's standards, they lived in an age of violence and death, making their actions somewhat justifiable. But what really made them stand out from the other acts of violence during this age was the raidings of monasteries. Since these victims are the ones who typically wrote about the Viking raids, this made the Vikings become portrayed as unholy and barbaric. This is unfair and hypocritical of other societies during this time period. Therefore, Vikings are not as scary as they have been painted to be in the past, and would be considered, in comparison to other civilizations of their time, to be
very nice.
Thanks for watching, guys. DFTBA.